name is Mary. Welcome to All Things Love and Beauty. So today we're going to talk about episodes 3, 4, and 5 of Love Island All Stars. So I decided to combine all episodes together because I feel like not much happened throughout the 3 episodes. So we're going to go. Couple of things. First is I do have my notes here on my lap. So if you see me looking down, I am just looking at my notes. And then second thing, it is, I know I'm behind on the review. So no spoilers, please. I am watching these a week behind. Just enjoy, give me some feedback and comments down section. Just don't spoil anything, okay? All right, so episode 3 begins. Mitch talks to Georgia H. And he's just talking to her, trying to make a move. I'm just like, dang, Messy Mitch strikes again. Chris talks to Molly, which Molly's becoming the it girl. I feel like every guy wants a little piece of Molly. But in the beginning, the first episode, I was like, I don't really see anything about Chris, but oh my gosh, he is so funny. Like, I am shocked how funny he is, because I was like, I don't get the appeal. I get it now. It's so weird. I get it. I see why girls love him. He is so funny and he's kind of smooth. And he doesn't take himself too seriously. So I feel like a lot of girls like that. I like that. So yeah, way to go, Chris. Okay, so Georgia S talks to Anton, and she's like, she still wants him to pursue her, even though she is with Toby, and Toby is her number one. She still wants Anton to give it a chance. I'm just like, girl, let it go. I feel like she just wants guys to want her, but she doesn't really want those guys. Like, I don't think she wants Anton. She just wants him to chase her, which is kind of annoying and a little bit selfish. But what can you do? That's Georgia for you. Okay, Messy Mitch strikes again. He started flirting with Demi. So he went from Georgia H now to Demi. And he was flirting with her, talking about future, what their future kids' hair would be like. It's just like, okay. So technically he's not doing anything wrong because he's single. And the whole point of Love Island is to get to know different people. They've only been there like 2 days or whatever. So he's not doing anything wrong. But it's just like, dude, come on. You know Liberty likes you. Why are you doing this? Like, at least talk to Liberty first, you know? Yeah, so I don't really understand his moves. So, the moment we've been waiting for, Jake leaves the villa. He tells everyone that he's gonna leave. His goodbye was very short and sweet. Short and sweet, which I kind of liked. Straight to the point, I'm leaving. Yeah. So as much as I didn't care for him, I like that he's just like, hey, this is not for me. I'm going to leave. There's no one here for me. So I appreciated that about him. And then Liberty went and gave him a goodbye. So I do like that they were able to mend whatever past they had. Yeah. Okay, next we see Kaz. Kaz is making a move on Lewis. She was kind of smooth if you think about it. She was talking to Lewis, she was talking about his tattoos, and she was like touching his body, touching his tattoos. I was like, ooh, Kaz got a little bit of game. I don't mind it. Good job, Kaz. I do admire her for trying. I don't think this sounds bad, but I don't think Lewis is interested at all. He's like not even entertained. He's so disengaged. He's not looking at her. He's not touching her back. It's just like you can tell he does not feel like her in that way. So yeah, it was weird. But I admire her for trying. Okay. Next, Toby, Georgia, Molly, and Callum. So 4 of them were all sitting talking about Callum and Molly's relationship, just like going over what happened. And it started getting heated. I feel like Molly was a little bit mean to Callum. She's like, which it shows that she's hurt. I feel like sometimes when people are hurt, they say mean things to hurt people. Yeah, so she was a little bit mean. Georgia and Toby were the mediators between Callum and Molly. So yeah, I just said it's clear that she's still hurt and she still have feelings for Callum. I still do think there's still a small part of me that think their whole breakup was a scam so they can go on TV. I might be wrong, and if I'm wrong, that's fine, but it's just weird. Y'all were together for 3 years and then you broke up. 6 months later, you're both on the TV show together. The math's not mathing, okay? Y'all, something fishy is going on. But yeah, she's hurt, so she was mean. So Chris actually came. Before Chris came, actually, the other islanders, because Molly and Callum, they're just going at it. So all the other islanders came and joined and were listening. And then Chris came and he actually took Molly. He's like, let me take you for a chat. And then he took her away, being kind of smooth. I was like, ooh, okay, Chris. Not me, low-key becoming a fan. So they went to the terrace to talk. And that was the end of episode 3. Episode 4 started off where episode 3 ended. So Chris and Molly up at the terrace. And they kissed like, ah! Oh my gosh. So Chris kissed Molly. Before they kissed, they were like doing this thing where he's like, oh, I can make you fall in love in like 2 minutes by staring. Something silly. Which is, it's kind of smooth. But yeah, apparently it worked because they kissed. And I was like, oh my gosh. Chris got game. Molly was sad though. Right after the kiss, she was sad and she was like crying. So I don't think she was ready to move on because she still has feelings for Callum, which is understandable. So she was sad. Callum still wants to rekindle things, apparently. Yeah, I feel like by the end of this show, by the end of the Love Island, they will be back together. Mark my words, by the finale, if they're still together on the show, they will finish the show together and watch them win the show. Oh my. Okay, the new bomb, we have a new bombshell who's Josh from season 1. So I don't really remember, like I remember his face very well, but I don't remember much about him. He looks like really good. He still looks young for being on season 1. So yeah, way to go, Josh. He's not bad looking. So he had a date with Georgia H, Georgia S, and Hannah, who was also on season 1. So him and Hannah were both on season 1 together. I was just happy that Hannah got to go on a date. You can tell her spirit is a little bit down because there isn't anyone in the house for her. So I'm glad she got to go on a date, even if it's with Josh, and clearly there's no romantic, it's just friendship. But she was happy and I was happy for her. So Josh had the first date with Georgia S, and then Hannah, and then Georgia H. It turns out they have a history together. So I think they dated in the past. Which I'm tired of exes coming on a show to date again. I feel like you guys broke up for a reason, you know? But anyways, they had a history together. So back in the house, Louis chats with Kaz and Demi. So he first talked with Kaz and then Demi. And it's such a clear difference. Like, it's so clear that he prefers Demi over Kaz. Like, when he's talking to Kaz, it's just like calm, smooth, not really asking questions or doing much. But with Demi, he like lights up and he gets like excited and he's more physical and touchy. And he kissed Demi. huh. Like, it's clear he likes Demi, but their kiss was off. I don't know. Maybe I'm like a hater because I just love Kaz. But I don't know. Their kiss just did not seem right. It just looked off, in my opinion. Next, they get a text and it says to gather by the fire pit. So Josh gets to pick first. And that's where the episode ends, with all of them by fire pit and waiting for Josh to make a decision. So that was episode 4. Again, not much happened besides Josh coming in and the dates. Oh, and the kiss between Demi and Lewis. I have a feeling Josh is going to pick Georgia H, just because I feel like they have a history. And judging by Callum, I think it's just easier to pick someone you have a history with than someone you don't know much about. So yeah, that was the end of episode 4. Okay, episode 5, going straight into episode 5. We have the recoupling, and it's Josh ended up picking Georgia H, just like we predicted. Not surprised there. Georgia S was next. She picked Toby. Again, no surprise. Kaz picked Lewis. I'm sure if Demi went first, she would have picked him. But Kaz picked Lewis. Liberty picked Mitch. Molly picked Callum. Which I was so surprised because, like, the last episode, you were being mean to him, saying he ended the relationship. You kissed Chris, and now you're picking Callum again. I'm just so confused with these two. Like, just get back together already. That would save us all a lot of time if they just got back together. Okay, Hannah picked Anton. Demi was next, and she threw a little shade before she picked Chris. I was like, okay, Demi. So she was just like being a little bit shady. She's like, I'm picking this guy because the person I wanted was already picked. Speaking about Lois. So she basically wanted Lois, and she was pissed that Cass picked him first. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo, Demi. I like Demi, but I'm not liking her this season. So it's like, come on. That's Love Island. Like, get over it. Anyways, yeah, so she threw shade before picking Chris. Okay, so that was the end of the recoupling. Liberty went and confronted Lois. So everyone found out about the kiss between Lois and Demi. So Liberty actually confronted Demi about the kiss. And then Lois actually got mad, which is so weird. I've never seen that side of him because he's usually just a chill, calm, collected guy. But yeah, he got mad. He was upset because Mitch was the one who told about the kiss. Excuse me. So Mitch was the one who told about the kiss. So Lois got real mad. Which, I'm just like, Lois, it's Love Island. News get around fast. Like, what'd you expect? So Kaz talks to Demi and she was upset. She's like, you could have told me, you had the opportunity to tell me. I get why Kaz is upset because her and Demi are friends. But again, guys, this is Love Island. It's like, you guys have all been on Love Island before. Why are you acting weird? Yes, these are your friends, but it's also still Love Island. Everyone is fair game. Kaz, Lewis didn't like you. Don't be mad at Demi, you know? If anything, be mad at Lewis for not being upfront. So yeah, I said I don't think Demi actually did anything wrong by kissing Lewis. She should have told Kaz because they're friends, but I don't think it's her job to protect Kaz's feelings, you know? They're all there to find love, so I'm not mad at her for kissing Lewis. I think maybe the way they went about it was a little bit shady, but the kiss is not a big deal to me. So we have Toby and Georgia S talking, and Toby basically told him Toby basically told Georgia S that he wants an open relationship. Well, not open relationship, but he wants to be open. Meaning he wants to talk with the other girls in the house, and then other girls who may come in later. AKA Molly. He wants to talk to Molly. That's it. So he told Georgia S about it, and she got really upset, which makes sense. I feel bad now because this whole time I've been saying Georgia is just faking it. She has no feelings for Toby, but I guess I was wrong. She actually likes him because she was upset when he said that. So Molly closed the door with Chris. So Molly and Chris chat, and she basically closed the door saying there isn't anything there. She didn't feel anything romantic with the kiss. So she wanted to end things there. Again, I think this is just a tactic. Her and Callum are going to get back together, so she's trying to not get involved with someone else. Toby was talking, and he basically said if Toby basically was like, if Georgia and S and I, if something was going to happen, it would have happened by now. We could have dated on the outside, but we didn't. Which I actually agree with him for once. Oh my gosh, Toby's actually making sense. I feel like they've known each other. They're in the same country, the same city perhaps. They've been on another show together. I feel like they've had so many opportunities for their paths to cross. If there was actually something there, it would have worked out and they would have dated. But the fact that they didn't date and they're still like trying to figure it out, I feel like that's just a sign that there isn't anything there and they should be open. So for once, I agree with Toby. And the episode ends with the new bombshell, Arabella. All right, so that is my review of episodes 3, 4, and 5 of Love Island All Stars. Thank you for watching. Leave me a comment down below. Give me feedback, what you liked about the episodes, ways I can improve. Also, thumbs up the video really helps. Once again, my name is Mary, and you're watching All Things Love and Beauty. And this has been my review of Love Island. Thank you. Bye.